Hey everyone! This week we're going to be starting a story called Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. So before we dive right into Alice in Wonderland, we need to focus on some key vocabulary, and that's what we're going to get started on here right now. So some of the vocabulary you might see will be words like meekly, melancholy, obliged, consented, contemptuously, muddle, evidence, feeble, hastily, memorandum, wretched, sulkily, verdict, suppressed, accusation, and indignantly. So again, you're going to be seeing these vocabulary words throughout the story as you read it. To get started, let's take a look at the first vocabulary word called accusation. Accusation is a noun. It means the act of blaming someone for a crime or wrongdoing. So if we look here at the Queen, she's pointing and accusing Alice of something in that picture. These are some other examples of people accusing others of lying or doing something that they shouldn't have. Consented. Consented is a verb, and it means agreed to do something or gave permission. So for example, in the picture that we see here, Alice is agreeing to continue her story as she's being requested to, or they're asking her, can you please continue your story? And she's saying, okay, I will. Some other examples are like if you allow somebody to do something, right? You're consenting to allowing them to do something. Contemptuously. Contemptuously is an adverb. It means hatefully or with disrespect. So just like Alice here, like I don't care, and she has such an attitude about it, and she's very just like, oh, whatever. She's very disrespectful to whoever she's speaking to. So just like these women here are giving these evil glares or very angry glares at somebody that they dislike, that they're just not very happy with. That is that contemptuous look that they are giving. The next word is evidence. Evidence is a noun. It means proof, and it's often used in court. So if you've ever watched movies that show courtrooms, you're always going to see lawyers or judges requesting or looking at proof or evidence of a crime. And the juror's job is to look at that evidence and decide if the party or the person is guilty or not guilty. So evidence is simply proof. Feeble. Feeble is a verb. It means weak. It can mean either they're not strong enough to do something physically or mentally. So you might not be strong enough to get up and move or do something. You're feeble, you're very weak, you need some extra help. So that's what some of these examples are like. Usually when we hear the word weak, we kind of think we're not as strong as we could be. Hastily. Hastily is an adverb. It means in a quick and careless way. So just like these images that we have here, these little examples, they're moving around so fast that they're not really getting anything done correctly because they're doing things very hastily. Indignantly. Indignantly is an adverb. It means angrily in response to an injustice. So if you see something happening that is wrong, you get upset about it, and you're going to argue with that person in a very aggressive or angry manner or way. Meekly. Meekly is an adverb. It means mildly or weakly. So it is kind of similar to feebly, but in this case, it's more about how you speak, especially in the way you will see it being used in the story that you're going to be reading soon. So in this case, meekly kind of means you're very timid, you're very quiet, you may not say a lot very loud. You may not be as wild as the girl in the middle. You might be a little bit more like the one on the left-hand side that the arrow is pointing to. Melancholy. We've all felt like this before. This is an adjective, and it means gloomy or depressed. We're just very, very sad, and we might cry a lot. Memorandum. Memorandum is a noun. It means a short note written as a reminder. So just kind of like if you needed to put a reminder on your phone or something like that, or on your calendar, this means you're actually writing it on a piece of paper. And memorandums can be found in many courtrooms as well, where they just might need to make a note of something during the whole court proceedings. Muddle. Muddle is a noun, and it means a mess, just like you can see in this picture. There's a lot of chaos and just disaster everywhere in that picture. Just kind of like this. Obliged. Obliged is a verb. It means limited to or forced by circumstances. So an example of that can kind of mean you need to do something or have to do something. You might not necessarily be really excited to do it. So really it means it's something that you need to do, not exactly something that you want to do. Sulkily. We've all felt like this before. This is an adverb, in a moody and silent way. This is how you feel when you didn't get your way, when you didn't get what you wanted, or you didn't get to do what you wanted. And you might sulk and feel very upset and angry. Suppressed. So suppressed is a verb. It means put down or restrained, subdued. So some examples of that can be either yourself or someone holding you back from doing something that you want. For example, maybe not letting you say something, or maybe it's even you holding back and suppressing yourself or keeping yourself from saying something that you really want to say. Verdict. So kind of going back to that courtroom theme, right? So a verdict is a noun. It's a formal decision made on a case in a court of law. So a verdict is the decision. It is saying whether you are guilty or not guilty. So we always see those little scenes in shows and movies where the judge slams down his gavel and says guilty or not guilty. So that's an example of a verdict. Wretched. Wretched is an adjective. It means greatly distressed or miserable. So you're just extremely upset and agitated, like angry about something. That's it, everyone. Thank you all for watching the video. You do have the opportunity to go back and double check your answers if you need to. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your teacher. Thank you for watching.